bad at অদক্ষ, I am not bad at tennis. Below poverty line, দারিদ্র সীমার নিচে, most people in Bangladesh live below poverty line. Beneficial to উপকারী, exercise is beneficial to health. Bent on, সংকল্পবদ্ধ, he was bent on walking to entire distance. Bias against, বিপক্ষে, I have no bias against the late marriage. Bias towards, পক্ষে, he has no bias towards anything particular. Blind of, অন্ধ, the boy is blind of one eye. Blind to, উদাসীন, he is blind to his son's faults. Boast of, অহংকার করা, he boasted of his accomplishment. Break in, কথার মাঝে কথা বলা, it is impolite to break in when someone else is talking. Breakdown of, ভেঙে পড়া, ভেঙে ভেঙে বিস্তারিত লেখা। I would like a complete breakdown of these figures please. Bridge over, সেতু, there is a bridge over the river. Brood over, চিন্তা করা, he sat here brooding over whether life is worth living. Burdened with, ভারাক্রান্ত, he is burdened with a big family. Business with, ব্যবসা, I am pleased to do business with you. By heart, মুখস্থ করা, he learned the poem by heart. Care for, যত্নবান, he does not care for me. Cast aside, ছুঁড়ে ফেলা, as soon as he became rich he cast aside his old friends. Catch at, আঁকড়ে ধরা, a drowning man catches at a straw. Cause for, কারণ, I have no cause for anxiety. Change into, এক জিনিস হতে অন্য জিনিসে পরিণত করা, the magician changed the frog into ball. Charge with, অভিযুক্ত করা, he was charged with theft. Coincide with, একই সময়ে ঘটা, his statement coincides with mine. Combination of, সমন্বয়, the combination of nitrogen and glycogen creates a potent explosive. Compare to, ভিন্ন জিনিসের মধ্যে তুলনা করা, he compared the heart to pump. Compare with, সমজাতীয় জিনিসের সাথে তুলনা করা, compare আকবর with আওরঙ্গজেব. Compatible with, সামঞ্জস্যপূর্ণ, drive the car at a speed compatible with the safety. Compensate for, ক্ষতিপূরণ করা, he will compensate you for the loss. Competent for, যোগ্য, he is competent for the post. Complain of or about, নালিশ করা, he complained about the headache. Complain to, নালিশ করা, these days everybody complain to the government. Comply with, সম্মত হওয়া, Mrs. Tania complied with my request. Concerned for, উদ্বিগ্ন, students are concerned for their result. Concerned with, জড়িত, I am not concerned with this matter. Condemned to, দণ্ডিত করা, the criminal was condemned to death. Conducive to, উপকারী, early rising is conducive to health. Confidence in, আত্মবিশ্বাস, she has full confidence in her ability. Confident of, আশাবাদী, he is confident of success. Conform to, অনুসরণ করা, a style of reporting must conform to the prevailing practice. Congenial to, উপযোগী, the climate is congenial to health. Congratulate on, অভিনন্দন জানানো, I congratulate him on his success. Consist in, বিদ্যমান থাকা, true happiness consists in contentment. Consist of, the school consists of 5 classrooms. Consolidate for, শক্তিশালী হওয়া, the two companies consolidate for greater efficiency. Contemporary of, সমসাময়িক, Mr. Marlowe is contemporary of Shakespeare. Contrary to, বিপরীত, he acted contrary to orders. Contribution to, অবদান, he has a big contribution to this locality. Control over, নিয়ন্ত্রণ, he has no control over himself. Confines of, বিশ্বের জন্মানো, he is convinced of your honesty. Cope with, এটে ওঠা, he cannot cope with so much work. Count upon or on, নির্ভর করা, I count on your help. Creep up, বৃদ্ধি পাওয়া, prices are creeping up again. Curse of, for, অভিশাপ দেয়া, he cursed himself for his stupidity. Cruise to, জয়লাভ করা, the home team cruise to victory. Deal in, ব্যবসা করা, he deals in rice. Deal with, আচরণ করা, he deals in rice but he does not know how to deal with customers. Debar from, বাধা দেয়া, he was debarred from voting. decide upon সিদ্ধান্ত নেয়া, he has not decided upon his plan of action, delegate to প্রতিনিধি, Mr. Mrs. ঝর্ণা welcome the delegates to conference, depend on নির্ভর করা, he should not depend on others, depend upon নির্ভর করা, I depended upon his words, devise from উৎসাহিত করা, the income derived from the ownership of land is called rent, descent on আক্রমণ করা, armed thieves descend on the harmless traveler, desire for অভিলাষ, I have no desire for riches, desist from বিরত থাকা, he desisted from doing this, destitute of বিবর্জিত, officials who are destitute of sympathy do not have incentive to work, detrimental to ক্ষতিকর, smoking is detrimental to health, devoid of being, he is devoid of common sense, die by কোনো কিছু দ্বারা মারা যাওয়া, he die by poison, die for জীবন উৎসর্গ করা, he died for his country, die from কোনো কিছুর জন্য মারা যাওয়া, the man died from hunger, die of রোগে মারা, the orphan boy died of cholera, differ from with on ভিন্ন হওয়া, your course differ from mine, I differ with you on this matter, differ with মতের মিল না হওয়া, I differ with you on this point, different from আলাদা, my hobby is different from her hobby, difficulty in সমস্যা, I don't think you will have any difficulty in getting a driving license, disappoint at হতাশ, I was disappointed at the grade I received on my last essay, discourage from বাধা দেয়া, the weather discourage people from going out, dispense with ত্যাগ করা, we should dispense with formalities, distinguish between পার্থক্য করা, death does not distinguish between the rich and the poor, ডিভাইড among অনেকের মাঝে বন্টন করা, he divided the mango among us, divide between দুইয়ের মাঝে বন্টন করা, we divided the money between the two children, division among বিভেদ বিভক্তি, the divisions among the various classes of society are not sharply marked as they used to be, dressed in পরিহিত, the young woman was dressed in silk, dropped to নিচে নামানো, he dropped his voice to a whisper, dull of বধির, you are dull of hearing, dwell in ব্যবসা করা, he dwells in this house, dwell upon আলোচনা করা, he dwells long upon the matter, easy of সরল, our principle is easy of approach, effect of প্রভাব, the effect of smoking proven to be extremely harmful, eligible for যোগ্য, only graduates are eligible for the post, enter into আবদ্ধ হওয়া, we entered into an agreement, entitled to অধিকারী, I am entitled to a share in the profit, entrust to বিশ্বাস করা, the children were entrust to the care of their uncle, entrust with বিশ্বাস করে দেয়া, I entrusted him with the thing, envious of হেসান্বিত, I am not envious of his success, equal to যোগ্য, he was equal to the task, essential for অত্যাবশ্যক, experience in essential for the job, essential to অত্যাবশ্যক, contentment is essential to happiness, exception to ব্যতিক্রম, there is no exception to the rule, exclude from বাদ দেয়া, minors are excluded from the list of the voters, exempt from অব্যাহতি দেয়া, she was exempted from the fine, experience in অভিজ্ঞতা, a doctor should have experience in dealing with the patient suffering from stress, faced with সম্মুখীন হওয়া, he faced with a great problem, fail in ব্যর্থ হওয়া, I failed in my attempt to persuade her, faith in বিশ্বাস, I have a great faith in you, fantasize about কল্পনা করা, he fantasized about winning the lottery, fatigued by ক্লান্ত, I am fatigued by the wide traveling, fed up with বিরক্ত, I am fed up with waiting for her, feed on with silkworms, feed on marbley leaves, he feeds the cow on grass, fond of প্রিয়, children are fond of sweets, genius for দক্ষতা, he had a genius for convincing people, get into মিশে যাওয়া, when rivers flood their banks, when river rivers flood their banks, the calcium gets into the soil. Give in মেনে নেয়া, the government give in the demand of the oppositions. Go down, ডুবে যাওয়া, the child went down to the pond. Good at ভালো, she is good at lawn tennis. Guilty of অপরাধ, he was guilty of contempt of the court. Hanker after আকাঙ্ক্ষা করা, he does not hanker after money. হার্ট অফ মূল বিষয়, উই শুড ডিসকাস দ্য হার্ট অফ দ্য ম্যাটার। হিঞ্জ আপন নির্ভর করা, দ্য হোল কেস হিঞ্জ আপন দিস পয়েন্ট। হিট আপন পরিকল্পনা করা, উই হিট আপন এ নিউ প্ল্যান। ইগনোরেন্ট অফ অজ্ঞ, শি ইজ ইগনোরেন্ট অফ দ্য ফ্যাক্ট। ইম্পোস্ট অন আরোপিত, দ্য টাস্ক ওয়াজ ইম্পোস্ট অন হিম। ইম্পিউট টু অন্যায়ভাবে দায়ী করা, ডোন্ট ইম্পিউট মোটিভস টু হিম। incapable of অক্ষম, she is incapable of doing such a thing. Incentive to উদ্দীপক, the prize will be an incentive to the student performance. Indebted to for ঋণী, I am indebted to ঝর্ণা for my success. Independent of স্বাধীন, she is an independent of my help. Indifferent to উদাসীন, he is indifferent to his own interest. Indispensable to অত্যাবশ্যকীয়, honesty is indispensable to success. Indulge in আসক্ত হওয়া, don't indulge in wine. Indulge with প্রশ্রয় দেয়া, you indulged him with your support. Inferior to নিচু, Rubina is inferior to Romena. Infested with উপদ্রুত, this house is infested with rats. Innocent of নির্দোষ, he is innocent of the charge. Inquiry into খতিয়ে দেখা, he shall inquiry into the matter. Insist on জেদ ধরা, he insisted on my going there. In spite of সত্ত্বেও, in spite of the delay she arrived on time. Intent on দৃঢ় সংকল্প, he is intent on going there. Interested in, he has no interest in mathematics. Interfere with হস্তক্ষেপ করা, I never interfere with my grown up children. Mrs. Tania said, jump into love there. The driver jumped into the car. Key to চাবিকাঠি, industry is the key to success. Know about জানা, I don't know about the matter. Laugh at উপহাস করা, don't laugh at the poor. Lead to নিয়ে যাওয়া, the traditional method of rice cultivation leads to a yielding about 400 kg almond paddy. Learned of about শেখা জানতে পারা, I had recently learned about the matter. Liable to die, trespassers will be liable to prosecution. Liberate from in মুক্ত করা, Bangladesh was liberated from Pakistan 1971. Liking for পছন্দ, she has a liking for me. Lit with আলোকিত করা, nowadays many villagers are lit with electricity. Long for আশা করা, everybody longs for happiness. Make up গঠিত, the team is made up of 11 players. Monument to স্মৃতি ভাস্কর, the monument to our left is a popular tourist attraction. Mourn for শোক করা, we mourn for the death. Necessity for প্রয়োজনীয়তা, in space the primary necessities for survival are air, food and water. পৃষ্ঠা 129। Object to আপত্তি করা, he object to having go to many parties. Obligate to for বাধিত থাকা, I am obligate to you for your help. Oblivious of সচেতন অসচেতন, she was oblivious of her surroundings. Observant of তীক্ষ্ণ দৃষ্টি সম্পন্ন, the novelist is observant of public feeling. On TV টেলিভিশনে, I watch the film on TV. Originated from উৎপত্তি হওয়া, the cat appeared to have originated from the east. Part from বিদায় জানানো, he parted from his friend. Part with ত্যাগ করা, I cannot part with this book. Pass by পাশ দিয়ে যাওয়া, he passed by but did not notice me. Penalty for with, he has paid the penalty for his crimes with 5 years in prison. Prefer for সঠিক, the dress is perfect for সঠিক, the dress is perfect for you. Pity on দয়া, God took pity on him. Play with মজা করা, I shall not play with you. Play with খেলা করা, can't play with card. Point out চিহ্নিত করা, mistakes should be pointed out in a student's works. Ponder over চিন্তা করা, ponder over my advice. Popular for কোনো কারণে জনপ্রিয় হওয়া, She is popular for her goodness. Popular with জনপ্রিয়. A man who is popular with his neighbors is supposed to be a good man. Pouring over যত্ন সহকারে পড়া বা দেখা. On the night before the exam, she was seen poring over the books. Pray for প্রার্থনা করা. We pray for your success. Prefer to অধিক পছন্দ করা. I prefer tea to coffee. Prefer to পছন্দ করা. I prefer drinking. I prefer working to a deadline. Prejudice against কুসংস্কার অন্ধবিশ্বাস. An ignorant person has prejudice against new idea. Preside over সভাপতিত্ব করা. The headmaster presided over the meeting. Pretext for ওজোর. What is pretext for opposing me? Prevail on or upon রাজি করানো. I prevailed on or upon my friend to lend me টাকা 5,000. Prevent from বিরত থাকা. He prevented me from going there. Pride in গর্ব. He takes pride in her beauty. Pride oneself on গর্ব করা. The girl pride herself on her beauty. Proficiency in দক্ষ. A prize was awarded to him for his proficiency in music. Provide against সংস্থান করা. We should provide against risk of fire by ensuring our food. Provide with there. The bodyguard provide on with protection. Quick at পটু. Sheila is quick at understanding. Rebel against বিদ্রোহ করা. The soldier failed to rebel against the government. Recover from আরোগ্য লাভ করা. She has recovered from his illness. Reliant on নির্ভর. Most young people would like to rest reliant on their parent. Relief from or of উপশম. He relieved me from anxiety. Remind of মনে করে দেয়া. My wife reminded me of my appointment. Repentant for অনুতপ্ত. You should be repentant for your misdeed. Reputation for খ্যাতি. He has a reputation for honesty. Respect for শ্রদ্ধা. I have great respect for him. Respond to সাড়া দেয়া. Respond to roll call. Retire for অবসর নেয়া. He retired from army. Retire to শুতে যাওয়া. She has retired to bed. Return to ফিরে আসা. তানিয়া returned to London by the plane from Dhaka. Revolt against আন্দোলন করা. The prisoner revolted against the jailer. Revolt at বিদ্রোহ করা. Human nature revolts at crime. Road to পথ উপায়. There is no royal road to learning. Run into জড়িয়ে পড়া. Do not run into depth. Run on বিরতিহীনভাবে চলা. The train is running on time. Run over চাপা পড়া. The man was run over by a car. Shout at চিৎকার করা. If people can't hear you, do you shout at them? Smile at হাসা. He was smiling at himself and did not answer my question. Solution to সমাধান. Money is not solution to every problem. Sorry for দুঃখিত. We are sorry for your mother's illness. Stake in সম্ভাবনা. We have a stake in our future. Suffer from অসুখে ভোগা. I have been suffering from fever from last 2 days. Suited to উপযোগী. His remark is not suited to the occasion. Superior to উৎকৃষ্ট. He is superior to me. Survive on বেঁচে থাকা. I can't survive on 5,000 টাকা a month. Susceptible to প্রভাবিত. He is susceptible to cold. Is the situation susceptible to improvement? Sympathy for অনুভূতি সহানুভূতি. His sympathy for the poor is praiseworthy. Take pity on দয়া করা. Take pity on the poor. Taste for রুচি. I have no taste for music. Taste of অভিজ্ঞতা. I have had some taste for property. Translated from or into অনুবাদ করা. Shakespeare's play have been translated from English into many languages. Treat of আলোচনা করা. This book treats of music. Treat to খাওয়ানো. He treated us to a dinner. Cheat with ব্যবহার করা. He treated while with me. True to বিশ্বাসী. A man of character is true to his word. Under trial বিচারাধীন. The case is under trial. Unsure of অনিশ্চিত. He was unsure of himself. Urge upon আহ্বান জানানো. We urge the point upon the consideration. Valid of বৈধ. The passport will be valid for 1 year. ওয়াক আপ, প্রত্যয়ের সাথে এগিয়ে যাওয়া। প্লিজ ওয়াক আপ উইথ দ্য স্টেয়ার্স। ওয়ান্ডার অ্যাবাউট, ঘুরে বেড়ানো। দ্য বয় ওয়ান্ডার অ্যাবাউট ইন দ্য স্ট্রিটস। ওয়ান্ট ইন, ঘাটতি হওয়া। হি ওয়ান্টস ইন কমন সেন্স। উইশ উইশ ফর, চাওয়া। ইট ইজ নেচার ইন every man to wish for distinction with a view to, উদ্দেশ্য। He came here with a view to looking me. Work for, চাকরি করা। He works for a law firm. Work with, কারোর সাথে কাজ করা। Sutton will be working with me on the project. Yield to, বশ্যতা স্বীকার করা। We should not yield to any pressure. পৃষ্ঠা 131, দ্য রিয়েল টেস্ট। His failure result for lack of attention. Orsod introduced the reader to a new kind of poetry. One of the 4 sentences given in each question is grammatically wrong. That alternative is your answer. Laziness is detrimental for success. Your conduct admits of no excuse. Richby requested Rini over telephone to attend the meeting. Many prefer donating money to distributing clothes. Julia has been ill for 3 months. There is no alternative to training. Which of the following sentence is the correct one? Paper is made from wood. I am not good at translation. Hurry up, we have to go in 5 minutes. Choose the correct sentence. The train is running on time. My brother has no interest in music. He is devoid of common sense. I should appreciate it if you could complete this work by Thursday. He divided the money between 2 children. He has been ill since Friday last. I finally killed the fly with a rolled up newspaper. The man died from overeating. What are you so angry for? The children were entrusted to the care of their uncle. He parted from his friend in tears. I decided to go for a walk with my friends as I need some exercise. My friend always goes home on foot. We need $200 besides this to pay for everything. My wife reminded me of my appointment. I don't think you will have any difficulty in getting a driving license. Ministers arrived at a decision last night. The government gave in to the demand of the people. The Second World War broke out in September 1939. Identify the correct sentence. She had faith in and hopes for future. The captain left the boat because it turned over. He argued with me about marriage. I count upon your help. Government has been entrusted to elected politician. He has paid the penalty for his crimes with 5 years in prison. In spite of my request, he did not give in. He fantasized about winning the lottery, divided the money between 2 children. The tree has been blown away by strong wind. The intellectual can no longer be said to live beyond margins of society. Almost everyone fails to have passed his driver's test on first try. Are you doing anything special at weekend? Trying unitedly, we were able to have our project approved against strong opposition. Which of the following says nearly the same as against above? In the teeth of. The walls of our house have been painted painted green. Nowadays, many villages are lit with electricity. We have recently entered into an agreement with the Island Cooperative Society. What is the time by your watch? He has assured me of safety. He has been ill since Friday last. I am not bad at tennis. He took me by the hand and led me to the dais. When you encounter a new culture, many embarrassing situations occurs because of a misunderstanding. Ultrasonic waves are beyond to the range of a sound of human can't hear. এখানে beyond হচ্ছে over. Our teacher told the monitor to hand out scripts among the classes. The government has extended a warm welcome to the visiting delegation. You can have no excuse for behaving rudely. You are not amenable to reasons. Which of the following sentence is correct? In spite of the delay, he arrived on time. The inhabitants insist on repairing roads across that village. The development of railways in 19th century has had a profound influence on social and economic developments in many parts of the world. Robbie comes to work by car, but I prefer to come on foot. The train is running on time. His listeners enjoyed his trenchant wit, but his victims often wince at its satire. He abstained from liquor. To lead a well-balanced life, you need to have other interests besides study. We have not seen him for almost a year. He sat by the fire with me. He accused of killing a young man. He succeeded to pass in examination. He was walking along the field by the forest. Attach the CV to your application. His honor is now at stake. My mother prevented me from going there. I saw on my way to school. I will compensate for your loss. You should not indulge in smoking. I made up my mind to go there. He contributed টাকা 1000 to the relief fund. My father prohibited me from doing this. He was needed for work. He was needed for work for the orphanage. He was addicted to smoking. Which one is correct? All students went to school by bus. The flower market in San Francisco is home to the country's second largest flower market and was established in 1930. It was during Industrial Revolution that United States was able to increase productivity through mechanization. Our flat is on the second floor of the building. The large number of colleagues are affiliated to the National University. A man was arrested in connection with the murder of his wife. As the film was subtitled, it was accessible to many more audience. There is no easy solution to this problem. Nowadays, many villagers live with electricity. He is devoid of common sense. What is the correct choice of the fill in the gaps is he works, partakes of the prose style in his time. The committee will discuss the matter. Which of the following sentence is correct? People are suffering from scatteredness and depression. Everyone was asked to fill in a form before test. They are very enthusiastic about everything Japanese. Some damage to human tissue may result from exposing them to frequent X-rays. Choose the appropriate preposition to fill the gap. He readily complied with my request. Which one is correct? I informed the police of the matter. The ambassador called on the president. We opted for a reconciliation to the dispute. You should stick to your principles. He was absorbed in deep thought. I am tired of answering questions. He parted from his friend. His boss often found him negligent in work. I have no prejudice against foreigner. Choose the correct sentence. I informed the police of the matter. The quotation was enormously attributed to a British poet. There is a post office on my way to the office. I could not believe it. There was hardly anyone in cinema, but this big man came and sat right in front of me. I couldn't see a thing. I need someone to help me translate this web page to Japanese. He is superior to me in all respect. Choose the correct sentence. She has difficulty in walking. Fill in the blanks with correct preposition. Karim is going away for a week in September. Where will to not be used? I explained everybody the reasons of my decision. Put in the correct preposition. The letter I wrote was full of mistakes. His views did not coincide with those of his wife. The train was prevented from leaving because of a signal failure. I count on your help. Are you doing anything special at weekend? A man of honor sticks to his principle. Tagore compares love to flower. Now a good number of courses are offered on the internet. They have lived in that house since they were children. Today's economic recession has resulted in titanic suffering of the low income group. School children in general are lively and sportive. His assignment is akin to mine. Priya is superior by the result and happy with it. Priya is surprised by the result and happy with it. Bobby is blessed with good health. Ronnie has been cured of her disease. He complained to me about your contact. A happy smile spread over her face. It was so even in texture that I went back to sleep. You are jealous of my success. The boy jumped into the river. This is a letter from my brother. I congratulate you on your brilliant success. I did not buy the car, even though I completed all the performance tests successfully. He has retired from business and moved into private life completely. The driver stopped the car just in time to avoid collision. The new airport should be fully operational by the end of the year. For those who suffer from nerves, the remedy lies in perfect rest. Choose the correct one. Jamal was born on April 1992. April 13 in 1992. He at once agreed to my proposal. The charge of murder was brought against him. He was absorbed in deep thought. The committee consists of 5 members. According to many critics, Mark Twain novel Huckleberry Finn is the greatest work, and is one of the greatest American novel ever written. Will this office be adequate for your needs? The walls of our garden have been painted white. No, there is no painted white. No preposition in painted with no and white. He has just left for the airport to meet a friend who is coming from Japan. The work was done on time and within budget. We had apple pie for dessert last night. The money was divided not between 2 sons but only among his sons and daughters. Pedestrians cross over whenever and wherever they wish. He takes a lot interest in politics. To learn spoken English, you have to talk to others in English. The question is a short question added to the end of a positive or negative statement. The sari on her is very expensive. Water changes into vapor when it is heated. Society is prejudiced against left-handed people. Fortune never smiles on the lazy. The man blind to his son's fault. His abhorrence to war. The Taj Mahal is surrounded with a beautiful garden. Unlike sharks, whales and dolphins are warm-blooded mammals. There is no remedy for cancer. The committee decided to make an exception for him. Complete the sentence. I felt ashamed for his conduct. They will be reaching Sylhet on Monday next to visit garden. Put the correct preposition. You should avoid by the prot- proto you should abide by the tutorial rules of SUST. He likes to read books in his spare time but mainly likes to skim through newspaper. Chose the right preposition. He is devoid of any logical argument. They are working for lasting peace. Don't cry out anything. Do not carry out anything. She likes to fantasize about winning the red crescent lottery. The minister arrived at a decision last night. God took pity on him. Chose the correct sentence. Credit it to my account. He died of hunger. Drive the car at a speed comparable with safety. He was guilty of contempt of court. I am obliged to him for his cooperation. His motive for the murder is not known. The dog jumped over the wall and went beyond our reach. The intellectual can no longer be said to live beyond the margins of society. He sat there brooding over whether life was worth living. I count on your help. The rent is inclusive of water and electricity. There was a long queue of people at the bus stop. His work partakes of the prose style of his time. The committee will discuss the matter. He has retired from business and moved into private company. He likes to fantasize about winning the Red Crescent lottery. After a brief period of suspense, the inspector finally spoke of. You should refrain yourself from smoking. Find out the correct sentence of the following. He agreed to my proposal. Find out the correct sentence from the following. Karim takes pride in wealth. He dedicated to his job. You should not sleep by day. The most appropriate preposition of the blank. She has a great fondness for classical music. Which of the longest river in Europe? He fell off the roof of his house and has been in bed for last 2 weeks. The employer failed to reach an agreement with his workers. I have been wondering about visiting Japan. I am grateful to you for your kindness. You are departing from the truth. Which is correct? The lady died of cancer. I shall see you on Monday. You are prone to idleness. We would like to vote for the Liberal candidate. The Padma abounds with Hilsha fish. Take no notice of what he says. The word seek is closed in the meaning of parts. Nobody interested in buying my car. Anis had a talent for making people laugh. The committee considered him as a genius. I was astonished at his strange appearance. Which one is correct sentence? The man died of cholera. Have you ever been to New York? I would rather have apple instead of orange. He was accused of being partial. Death is preferable to slavery. Don't be angry with me. The child was victim of virus. I have no taste for music. He is at home in mathematics. The food is not to my taste. He longed for fame. The National Assembly has voted to adopt the budget. He recommended the Constitution to a review committee. The English teacher is helpful to the student. The lawyer acts for the clients. The government dealers deal in sugar according to law. Hassan took anthropology in lieu of history. He was accused of acid throwing. Bangladesh is not infected with bird flu. Which one is the correct sentence? Open at page 50. Excess working can be fatal to health. He is ambitious for fame. The dog bit her on the leg. I shall abide by your decision. What are you talking about? He was equal to the task. Thieves broke into my house. He is readily complied with my request. Lots of people allergic to brown. He argued for the right of strike. I do not hunger after riches. We are related by marriage. The train of Manchester departs from platform 12. I was surprised at your absent-mindedness. Can you think of suitable present for 6-year-old boy? I find it very difficult to concentrate on my work when it is such a lovely day outside. A car skidded off the road and went against a tree. Your conduct admits of no excuse. He was annoyed with the boy for being so stupid. Nobody would drive against the fog. The principal succeeded in convincing the student to indulge in politics. He advised us to desist from attempt. He died for the country. Do not insist on his going there. He stared at the face of the old man, learned the poem by heart. He called on me yesterday.
His house is adjacent to mine. Honesty is indispensable for success. The teacher is popular with his student. The police is looking into the case. He lost his phone, the cinema hall. He lost his phone in the cinema hall. Are you confident of your performance? Rohim has not yet come back from Bazaar. Youth is impatient of restraint. Do not stare at the face of any person. My friend reposed his trust in me. Everything hinges upon what next happens next. Hurry up, we have to go in 5 minutes. I am convinced of the necessity of students. I went there by my bike. He told us all about battle. You should drive the car at a speed compatible with safety. He is accessible to all. My brother has no interest in music. You are not amenable to the reasons. He is involved in difficulties. He is devoid of common sense. He did not profit by experience. Mr. Kabir is on the commentary. He is despised of success. One should not lament for the past. I have no prejudice against religion. The goods arrived free of tax. He will compensate you for the loss. Nobody but Alam knew the way. What will be correct preposition? I am not bad at tennis. He has been ill since Friday last. He was absorbed in deep thought. We are proud of our Nobel laureate, Dr. Muhammad Yunus. He assured me of my safety. The ambassador called on the president. Our school is by the main road. Everything hinge upon what happened next. Do not impute motives to him. He has no control over himself. He is innocent of the charge. He prevented me from going there. Mistakes should be pointed out in students' work. I never interfere with my grown-up children. He hankered after fame. What is the correct preposition in the sentence? The case is under trial. Nowadays, many villagers are lit with electricity. They were charged with receiving stolen goods. Are you doing anything special at the weekend? I am fed up with waiting for her telephone. If people can't hear you, do you shout at them? The divisions among the various classes of society are not so sharply marked by the used to be. God took pity on him. Happiness consists of contentment. His sympathy for the poor is praiseworthy. He is blind to his son's fault. We should not yield to any pressure. Death does not distinguish between the rich and the poor. My birthday is in February. The fair little girl sat under a tree. He parted from his friend. A friend, a friend in need is a friend indeed. The parents should have authority over their sons and daughters. The climate is congenial to health. You should be repentant for your misdeeds. I am fatigued by wide traveling. He has an antipathy to smoking. A modest man does not boast of his merit. He is superior to me.